March 2004, Puebla, Mexico. 6 British servicemen crawled into the Alpazat cave system near Cuetzalan for what was supposed to be a 36-hour expedition. Instead, they ended up trapped underground for 8 days, sparking not only a major rescue, but also a full-blown diplomatic argument between Britain and Mexico. The men, Chris Mitchell, Jonathan Sims, Charles Milton, Simon Cornhill, John Rowe, and Toby Hamnet, were part of a 12-man military caving team called the Combined Services Caving Association. Officially, the trip was adventurous training. Unofficially, some locals quickly suspected something else. Not long after they entered the cave, heavy rains swept through the region. A flash flood surged into the caverns, turning their route out into a flooded death trap. The 6 retreated deeper inside, setting up camp on a 15-foot ledge above a roaring underground river. Luckily, they were well prepared. Food supplies, water-powered lights, sleeping bags, even a portable stove. They cooked pasta with cheese, made instant chocolate cake, and waited. One man joked they had high morale but were incredibly bored. That boredom was serious. They literally made a deck of cards by tearing up paper into 52 pieces, because there's only so much instant cake you can eat underground. But the situation wasn't exactly stable. The first night, they listened to booming echoes as floodwater crashed through the tunnels. Some stripped to cope with the cave's heat and humidity. Others buried themselves in novels until they ran out of reading material by day 5. The rest of their team, safe above ground, hesitated for nearly 5 days before even calling Mexican authorities. That delay fueled rumors, but for the trapped men, communication never stopped. Using a radio system called a mole phone, they sent updates to the surface, waiting for real cave divers to come. Finally, on March 23rd, 2 British specialists, Richard Stanton and Jason Mallinson, arrived. These divers would later become famous in Thailand's 2018 cave rescue. Back in 2004, they were called in to bring the soldiers out one by one through a 300-meter flooded tunnel. Sims later described the moment Stanton appeared. "I remember feeling overjoyed when I saw his face. It was a great relief." Each trapped soldier was taught the basics of cave diving on the spot, fitted with scuba gear, and guided through the submerged passage in a grueling 45-minute journey. By March 24th, all 6 were free. No injuries, no fatalities, just exhaustion and enormous relief. But outside the cave, things were far less calm. Mexican officials were furious. Why had British soldiers been exploring caves in Mexico on tourist visas? Why did they refuse local rescue teams and insist on waiting for British divers instead? And most sensitive of all, were they really just caving, or were they surveying for uranium deposits hidden underground? President Vicente Fox even sent a formal letter to London, demanding answers. "We are asking the British government to tell us whether these people are military personnel, and if they are, what they are doing there." Rumors spread in the Mexican press that the men were scouting raw material for nuclear weapons. The Mexican energy minister even promised to send nuclear scientists into the caves after the rescue, just in case. British officials downplayed everything. It was a sporting trip, the Ministry of Defense insisted. Others argued the soldiers only refused local help because they were safe, in constant radio contact, and didn't want to cause chaos above ground. In the end, all 12 men were allowed to leave Mexico and return home. Officially,